Blake Lively just slammed with 2 new court losses. Jax Taylor just announced he is not returning to the Valley for another season. And what is going on between Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt? Is there some beef over Freddie Prinze Jr.? We're going to get into all of it. I hope you're ready. Let's dive in. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How's everybody doing? Everybody in the club. What's up? So much to get into. I feel like the travel and craziness is catching up to me. My body's feeling a little fatigued today. I have like a sore throat. But we gonna power through no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. What do you mean the crowns by your name? What do the crowns by your name mean? Oh, I think you mean those are members. If you're a member, then you have the little symbol next to your username. Oh, Beth said, does it look like I fell out of a coconut tree? Oh, that's right. I'm wearing the. I was like, what? Yes. Do I look like I just fell out of a coconut tree? You guys can get it in the merch shop, nofiltermerch.com. You know, I was getting Never with Teeth t-shirts and Justice for Justin t-shirts. It's been so fun being on tour and seeing everybody rocking their shirts. I saw so many people, mostly in Dallas is where people really came with their merch on. So I'm hoping that Philly and Chicago and New York and Seattle and Los Angeles, I'm hoping you guys show up and show out because it's so fun when I get to see everybody wearing their merch. It seems like the Copper Mountain says your tours look like a blast. They're so much fun. Did you do a tour shirt? Not a special tour, not we thought about doing one, but you know, Zack, was Phoenix hot? Phoenix was so hot. Yes, Dallas absolutely showed up and showed out. Everybody had merch on. So I noticed that all the women had Never with Teeth shirts and all of their husbands had the coconut tree shirts, which I just thought was funny. I mean, I guess this, to be fair, the coconut tree shirt does feel a little more like a dad shirt. It feels a little, what is it, Tommy Bahama? Johnny Bahama? What is it? Is it Tommy Bahama? Tommy Bahama. No, it's Johnny Bahama. Right? No, it is Tommy Bahama. Yeah, it feels very Tommy Bahama. So, you know, I get it. We got it. Do I look like I just fell out of a coconut tree? Tommy, yeah, it's Tommy Bahama. Thank you. Thank you. You should I was thinking of doing a new shirt maybe to launch this week saying subpoenaed by Blake or subpoena me Blake. That would okay, if I could get like a last minute, should it be subpoena me Blake? That would be really funny, right? Subpoena me Blake. Yes, we do ship internationally, so you can definitely place your order if you don't live in the US. And then special treat tomorrow. I figured why not give a little clip from yesterday's show in honor of Blake Lively's deposition. I'm going to release a clip that we filmed in Phoenix on stage with the Tilted Lawyer, with Lauren Knighty, and with Andy Signor. I'm going to include it in tomorrow's episode of the podcast. So you'll get an exclusive tip or exclusive clip from the stage in Phoenix with our predictions for depositions. So you'll see. Oh, subpoena me harder. That's so funny. Subpoena me. Yeah, subpoena me, Blake. Subpoena me, Blake. The subpoena me harder is funny. Subpoena me harder. That's so funny. I like subpoena me, Blake. Subpoena me, Blake. I mean, I really want to say subpoena me, B. You know. Subpoena this, Blake. That's a good one too. Everyone gets a subpoena. I do like subpoena me harder, but that just feels a little, I don't know. It feels a little too, well, I guess Never with Teeth was pretty risque. We'll see. It ends with extortion. You don't really want one, Zach. It's a real pain in the ass, I'm sure. Oh my god, Andy yesterday, the robot head. We were all so like, what is Andy like what? I was so confused about what happened. I didn't believe that he was actually being attacked on YouTube Live the way Kim and Donna did, but I was like, wait, what's happening? I now know better than to fall for Andy's bag of tricks. Leave her name off the shirt. Marianne Stout. That's no fun. Donna, is this real? That's funny. All right. Let's dive in because we have a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. But let me know if you would, if we can do a Subpoena Me Blake or Subpoena Me Harder. I think those are my two favorites. Subpoena Me Blake or Subpoena Me Harder. If you want one, maybe we'll try to get that up in the merch shop. Ideally this week. That way you guys can order it and hopefully get it in time for the next batch of dates. I'm going to be in Philly next week on July 23rd, and then I'm going to be in Chicago July 27th. That's a Sunday. Then New York City August 3rd, Seattle August 8th, and Los Angeles August 10th. So yeah. Yes, yes, yes. As Christina says in the live chat, like and subscribe if you're watching this live on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. That way you get notifications when we are live or when there's a new video that is dropped. And if you have not done so yet, get your tickets to the Zactivated tour. Like I said, July 23rd in Philly, July 27th in Chicago, August 3rd in New York City, August 8th in Seattle, and August 10th in Los Angeles. I may have a dragon joining me on stage in New York City. We're trying to work out schedule right now. But I can also reveal, dun, dun, dun. Yes, Christina says, check the description for tickets. I can reveal that at least in Los Angeles, the Ask Two Lawyers guys will be with me on stage, and so will Josh Boswell from the Daily Mail. So Josh Boswell, we covered his article yesterday. He's the writer at the Daily Mail that broke the Van Zandt subpoena story. So Josh Boswell and the Ask Two Lawyers will be joining me on stage in New York City. And I'm hoping to have a surprise guest that I can announce very soon in New York on August 3rd. She lives on the East Coast, so I'm trying to get her in. Christina says, oh my God, Zack, you suck. I want to meet the Ask Two Lawyers. Well, you'll meet them in Los Angeles along with Josh Boswell. So you know that panel is going to be fire. Fireball. So get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. Let's dive into, I guess first up, let's dive into Jax Taylor from The Valley, formerly of Vanderpump Rules, now The Valley. He has just released an official statement to Variety this morning, July 16th. It says, after an incredibly challenging year and many honest conversations with my team and producers, I'll be stepping away from the next season of The Valley. Right now, my focus needs to be on my sobriety, my mental health, and co parenting relationship. Taking this time is necessary for me to become the best version of myself, especially for our son, Cruz. Okay, well, we know for a fact Jax Taylor didn't write this. Somebody wrote it for him. And I'm sure those multiple conversations were conversations about, yeah, we probably should let him go. Kind of feels like that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Jen says, merch idea for the Zactivated shows. I came for Zack, but all I got was a subpoena. That's funny. You should ask Boswell, why did he change the title and some of the content of the article? I will ask him that on stage when I see him on August 10th. So get your tickets to Los Angeles. Zack is your New York guest, Blake. Could you imagine? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Jackie says, subpoena coladas for all. That's hilarious. That's what we should do is have a subpoena colada. Dead. I would absolutely die. That would be hilarious. What about all content creators' names on it? Too many to name. Gigi says you should ask. Oh yeah, we will ask Boswell that. Polly says, respect Josh Boswell. This is journalism. Feel legacy media has forgotten the true meaning of journalism. I agree. I agree. What would be in a pina colada? Do I even wanna know? Well, it would be a traditional pina colada with, some teeth in it. Alright. Um, so that's Jax's statement. Do I think that he's voluntarily walking away from the show? No, I think he was fired, and I think that he's trying to shift the narrative. I don't think the network wanted to bring him back. I think he absolutely knew that. That shouldn't have been a shock to him that the network doesn't want him back, considering, like, he's just such a jerk face. He's a total jerk, and nobody is liking Jax this season. It's obvious that he is just insufferable, and it just is not a shock to me at all. I don't think that this is shocking news at all. So, bye, Jax. See you later, Skater. Talk to you tomorrow. Not. All right, let's talk about Jed Wallace and Blake Lively and her latest court hosts, because yesterday there was a hearing. I called in, I listened so that you don't have to. I did break it down on Popcorn Planet. So if you haven't checked out Popcorn Planet from yesterday, I was live with Kim and with Donna Bowling. It's Kim and Donna from Daily Dose of Donna. So we were all on Andy's live stream reacting to the hearing, which was interesting to actually listen to Judge Lyman be incredibly biased. I was very reluctant to believing the bias narrative, but I think he's definitely tired of Baldoni's team. We'll get into that and read through Wallace's dismissal, because Jed Wallace just got dismissed in just a sec. But first, a message from this week's sponsors. Are you and your partner struggling to conceive? If you took the COVID vaccine, there's cause for concern, and you're not alone. A recent study led by Danish researcher Dr. Vibeke Manichi analyzed birth data from women aged 18 to 39 over a 2-year period starting in 2021. The findings suggest a significant decrease in birth rates among vaccinated women, with data indicating a reduction in egg count by nearly 60%. Since 2021, fertility rates have significantly declined in many regions around the world. The wellness company created a 3-in-1 ultimate spike detox, crafted with 100% natural ingredients specifically designed to help your body clear harmful spike proteins, reduce inflammation, and support overall health. Don't wait. Experience the only formula approved by Dr. McCullough, a top freedom-fighting doctor who risked it all. Head to twc.health/nofilter. That's twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to get 15% off plus free shipping. That's twc.health/nofilter. Spike detox your body today. It takes an eagle eye to read all these receipts, and Pear Eyewear has tons of budget-friendly shapes and styles that don't compromise style or quality. Plus, you get 15% off by going to paireyewear.com and using code NOFILTER. No shade. Pear's sun tops and new tinted lens top collections complement any look, from casual to chic. Don't I look chic right now? But I can also keep it casual. I can even go from indoor to outdoor with their sun tops. You just snap it right on, and then suddenly you have sunglasses. But it's still the same shape that looks cute on your face. It's making you look good this summer. Change up your summer look anytime with the Pear collabs or collections that you like most. They have everything from Disney, the Met, Marvel, Star Wars, NBA, NHL. They have premium collections, sun top, sparkle, classic colors, whatever floats your boat. And you can find the perfect frame for your face from home with their virtual try-on. Base frames start at just $60, including your prescription, and top frames start at just $25. Keep your eagle eyes looking sharp. Go to paireyewear.com and use code NOFILTER for 15% off your first pair. And you can support the show by mentioning that No Filter with Zack Peter sent you in your post-checkout survey. That's Pair, P-A-I-R, paireyewear.com, code NOFILTER. Summer's here. More sun, more light, more time to do the things that make summer so special. Like for me, I get to go on tour and meet all of you guys all throughout the summer. And one thing that's making life a lot easier for me is Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well. I'm on the road. I'm hopping from here to there and taping the podcast, and I don't have time to cook dinner. And I don't want to be busting all the calories out at the restaurants. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any lifestyle over summer and beyond. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains or goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. I'm on that Protein Plus because I'm trying to bulk up this summer. Am I right? Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown. Enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/nofilter50off and use code nofilter50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code nofilter50off, nofilter50off at factormeals.com/nofilter50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/nofilter50off. All right, let's talk about Jed Wallace, shall we? Jed Wallace here. Let's pull up the recent motion or his recent dismissal, rather. Can you imagine it? Oh, oh, oh. All right, Jed Wallace. Judge Lyman has written, defendants Jed Wallace and Street Relations move pursuant federal rules of civil procedure to dismiss the claims brought against them by Blake Lively. In the alternative, the Wallace defendants to sever the claims, move to sever the claims. Sorry, that was a glare from the LED light on my screen. Claims against them and transfer the venue to the U.S. District Court for Western District of Texas. For the following reasons, the motion to dismiss is granted. So to be clear, Jed Wallace has been dismissed without prejudice, which means Blake Lively can bring forth claims against him should she choose. I believe she has until the 30th to make that decision and file something new against Jed Wallace. However, he is not out of the legal battle yet. He is just out of the New York case. He is still in the Texas case where he's trying to battle it out against her there in Texas, where I think he has a stronger case. We'll see what that judge determines. Blake Lively was trying to get Jed Wallace looped into the New York case, which is where all the Baldoni parties are at, or all the Wayfair parties are at. Sarowitz, Baldoni, Abel, Nathan, Tag. It ends with us, Wayfair, Heath. They're all in New York. They're all in that case. And so that's what Jed Wallace was fighting to get removed from because Blake Lively originally listed him in the CRD complaint. And after the whole CRD complaint drama left the New York Times and became an official lawsuit, she dropped him as a party. He then was trying to sue her and say, well, you basically defamed me because you lumped me into something that I had absolutely no part of. Now, that has now been settled. Judge Lyman is saying, go battle this out in Texas because that's where Jed Wallace sued Blake Lively because that's where he was served. He was served in Texas. And so he was saying, therefore, this is a matter for the Texas courts. So Judge Lyman has dismissed Jed Wallace from New York, but the case will still be moving forward in Texas. And we're waiting for that judge to make a decision. Now, I don't know if he has a strong case. I believe Jed. I believe he was not part of a retaliation campaign. But I don't think that the case will be moving forward. I believe that Lively will also win her motion to dismiss in Texas because of the reason Lyman decided to throw out Wayfair's case against her in New York. Because Wallace is basically suing her for the exact same thing. And being that the CRD complaint essentially protects her allegations, that'll be interesting. Unless through the discovery process, Wallace can somehow pull up some drama. I don't know. I don't know. She also initially subpoenaed him in Texas, didn't she? Yes, that's why he's suing her in Texas, is because that's where he received his initial, that's where he was served his papers. But it's going to be interesting. Unless Jed Wallace can really dig up something in discovery that can help Baldoni's case, or at least in his defamation allegations. The thing is, Judge Lyman dismissed Baldoni's defamation case with prejudice, which means it cannot be brought forward. He cannot try to sue her again for defamation. It is dead, completely dead in the water. Wallace's dismissal was without prejudice, which means I believe, yeah, it always confuses me. I believe without prejudice, which means she can bring forth that case in the future against him. Ali said Jed's attorney stated during the conference that they had provided all the information Blake requested. Yeah. So there was really no need for them to be part of this case, especially because it's already pending in Texas, which is what Wallace's team was trying to argue. So he has officially been dismissed. I don't know. I mean, he really has to find some sort of smoking gun that can prove that there was some sort of malice with the intent to defame Jed Wallace. Being that he didn't work on the film, he wasn't really part of anything initially. He was not being accused of harassing Blake Lively. He's never met Blake Lively. It's going to be an interesting case. So we'll have to see. Inlight says disagree. She defamed him. She has affected his business. This dismissal in New York helps him. No, it does not. Okay, it absolutely like no. She defamed him, but again, their cases aren't being dismissed because she didn't defame them. They're being dismissed because her words are protected under the law. She of course defamed Baldoni. We all believe that in our hearts, right? That's our opinion that she defamed Baldoni. I strongly believe that. However, legally, she is protected because her words, defamatory or not, are filed in a legal document, which gives her privileges. She has litigation privilege because she put her words, her allegations, her claims in a court filing. It's the CRD complaint. The CRD complaint has been protected. And unless they can prove malice somehow, and this is why the Van Zandt thing is so important, this is why the discovery process is so important, which it feels so strange that Lyman completely threw out the defamation case with prejudice. It's interesting. Um, Rainy Day Sprite says she filed that CRD to be protected from her libel, correct? Yes, that is absolutely correct. So even though Inlight believes that Wallace was defamed because his business was hurt, I agree with you. It appears he was, but you can't disagree on the fact that she's protected. Her words are protected in her court filing. Didn't he amend and add the Van Sham? I believe it's referenced. I don't. We'll see. We'll have to see how that all comes out. But again, it's going to depend on how far Wallace can get in his own discovery process, and I guess also the Wayfair parties as they're trying to fight Blake Lively's harassment and retaliation claims. Like that's kind of the thing that was so weird was that I mean, yes, technically Lyman had grounds because her words were protected speech, but to also throw out Leslie Sloan and Ryan Reynolds was a really bold move. Um, I get why he did it. Legally, yes, he was technically in the right, but he should have at least allowed the discovery process to unfold. It was a very shocking decision. But does Texas law recognize the CRD complaint? They have to. Everything she did was calculated. Yeah. That's why I keep saying it, and I know the Daily Mail picked up on it yesterday. She absolutely studied Amber Heard's playbook and looked at everywhere Amber Heard made herself vulnerable, and they made sure that they covered themselves in the ways and had the protections in place that Amber Heard did not have, releasing his private medical information. I mean, well, then you have to take that up with a privacy law complaint. Beth says we need to get away from Lyman and see what Texas can bring. Let's have faith in Texas and let's have faith in the Van Zandt stuff. The other thing too is you have to remember Lyman doesn't make, even though he's making judgments now, he's not the one that determines the case. The jury determines the case. So when we get to trial, that's really where it's going to be um, taken care of. Billy says the content creators' words should be protected too. They are protected. Our words are protected. That's why I don't believe that Google is going to turn. Let's be very clear about the Google subpoena. Because people are like, this is terrible of Google. This is a violation of free speech. This is a violation of people's rights. Yes. But also, I think we're being a bit hysterical here up front. It's absolutely outraging. I don't want to not validate our feelings in reaction to the subpoenas. However, dun dun dun. Let me clear my throat. However, I don't think that she's going to get the information that she wants. She's trying. I saw even Emily D. Baker, who's been relatively quiet on the case, and people have maybe, put two and two together that like maybe she's friendly with Ryan Reynolds. He follows her on Instagram or whatever. So I don't know what her relationship with Reynolds is. I haven't spoken to Emily, and quite some time. I adore her. I have nothing against her. Love Emily. Big fan of her content. We were very friendly when I was on tour back in 2022. She came to Nashville with us. Like, adore Emily. Um, that said, she was even, she thinks that this is going to come to bite Blake in the butt because it's not a good look. We've all made so much content out of it. We made jokes out of it. We've, turned this into the laughing stock that it is because it's become such a joke and such a weaponization of our legal system. But none of the info has been turned over yet. Andy Signor made a really good point of saying that the people that really should be upset are you guys because it's subscriber data. It's info from the subscribers. I think what they're trying to do is prove that the subscribers are fake. And I think what they're going to try to prove, this is just my theory and what I think Lively's team is doing. I think what they're going to try to do is prove that majority of the accounts are fake and that the engagement that's been flooded to our content is not organic and it's likely being driven by somebody like Jed Wallace or somebody that's been hired by the Wayfair parties. And because there was an influx in inorganic traffic that was driving up our ad revenue, therefore, that was how we were incentivized to launch this smear campaign. I think it's a ridiculous stretch. And this isn't a yoga class, right? We're not doing Pilates here, so we don't need to stretch that much, Blake. But you're not running a marathon, my love. You don't need to do this much stretching. I think that's the direction that they're going to go. Now, don't get mad at me and be like, that's none of the data has been turned over yet. Google can fight that. We have yet to see what Google is going to do. Now, all of the creators that were named in the Google subpoena, the info that is being asked of Google to turn over. Again, I repeat, Google has not turned over this data and they have not made a decision on what they're going to do just yet. But what they did do was ask for those creators to write in and say whether they object or whether they don't have a problem. They gave them a specific deadline. Kirsty Flaw stated that subscriber data is a legal term for channel data. Yeah, I mean, listen, the terms are interchangeable. There are legal definitions, and everybody's trying to define all of these terms. Again, where I think we're kind of jumping ahead a little too much here. We should absolutely be outraged because, and sorry if I repeat myself, but I was on Colonel Kurtz and then I was on Popcorn Planet. And again, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I think they're trying to verify whether or not the subscribers are real or if they're fake and if they were funneled in through a third party, if they're bots, right? So we'll see. I mean, I've kind of said, and I said this to Andy and Donna last night, that like we cover where the story's at. That's no different from New York Times, People Magazine, Page Six, from blogs to, Variety. You're going to follow the story, and the story is going to have natural, organic interest. I think it's so arrogant and narcissistic of Blake to be like, I need to verify every single subscriber and verify that they're real. It's an egregious overstretch. If anything, it's possible that she's just racking up attorney's fees and her attorneys probably know that she's crazy, but they're just like, listen, she wants to take this all the way. Let's do everything and anything that we can to try and drive this and to try to prove something. I don't think they have anything to prove. I really don't. Um, and I think a lot of her case is really based on conspiracy theories about this alleged retaliation campaign that she has no evidence on. That's why she's trying to find evidence every place that she can get because she has, I don't know, women's intuition, a gut instinct, as Stephanie Jones is psychic. I don't know where she's getting this theory from. CJ says, of course they make money from it. The lawyers love unhinged clients. Yeah, because they're like, all right, what do you want to do? What do you want to do next? Like, I really think that they're just allowing her to drive up the attorney's fees with everything they can do. Mildly Mercurial says, I thought Google had said file a motion to quash and CC us in it. Google is asking them to file the motion to quash. I'm so confused. Individually, I think it's because what I think my theory with Google is what I think they're trying to do is prove that if enough of these creators are fighting back, then that gives Google greater grounds to fight back and be like, okay, listen, they're not wanting to turn over this data. We don't want to violate these channels from having to turn over any of their data when they're saying they don't want to. If all of the subscribers were, or sorry, if all the YouTubers were just like, it's fine, we don't care, give our information, give our subscriber data information over, then I think Google would be less inclined to fight the subpoena. But as of right now, I think Google is just trying to, because historically, if you go through when these social platforms are subpoenaed, usually you're looking for something a bit more specific. I think that this is very broad, and Google typically, you know, Google typically does not just unequivocally hand over this type of information, because it also makes them look really bad too, and it hurts their subscribers. So I hope you're right about Google. Yeah, listen, we have to wait and see. Historically, if you look at when Google has been subpoenaed in the past, they're not just like, here, let's give you all of the information. Let's give you their payment information. That's insane. So I don't think Blake is going to get the info that she's hoping for. I think it's a fishing expedition, and I think they're trying to get data any place that they can at this point. So we will have to wait and see. Dun, dun, dun. Whew, we'll see. We shall see. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Blake Lively allegedly served a TikToker on stage. What? Am I a TikToker? Is that what we're calling me these days? What is this? A new news story. This is hilarious, you guys. What does it say? Blake Lively allegedly served TikToker on stage, giving us Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis flashbacks. A faux subpoena. Oh, okay. A faux subpoena, a live audience, and a famous TikToker. Am I a famous TikToker? Zack Peters' stage legal ambush on stage this week wasn't just comedic timing, it was cultural commentary. Am I cultural commentary in a moment that's instantly recalled Olivia Wilde's very real and very public serving of custody papers in 2022? Peter's parody struck a nerve, not just because it was eerily familiar, but because it hit the heart of the ongoing legal battle Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Did Blake Lively really just serve me on stage? Wait, let's read this whole article. Um, that's hilarious. Blake Lively's legal drama takes a wild turn as Zack Peters stages. I did not stage this. This was not me. This was a prank played on me, to clarify. And I just ran with it. Well, it finally happened. I got served on stage. It quickly cuts to his no filter event where he seated on a panel as a few other supposed audience members handed him the faux subpoena. The room gasps. Reactions from fellow panelists range from stunned to suspicious until the hoax unravels. But the joke isn't empty. It directly references speculation around Peter being one of the redacted names in online discussions surrounding Lively's case against Baldoni. By wrapping his critique in a prank, Peter reignited public fascination with the awkward, often cruel theatrics of celebrity legal drama. The visual similarity to Wilde's 2022 incident when she was handed custody papers mid-presentation at CinemaCon wasn't staged. It was real and painful. Olivia Wilde took to the stage at CinemaCon in 2022. She wasn't ready to share the first look at Don't Worry. She was ready to share the first look at Don't Worry, Darlene. She wasn't ready to be. She wasn't. Okay, she got served. Yes, we got that. And then they just get into the Sudeikis of it all and the aftermath of it all. Yeah. While Zack Peters' video mocks legal drama, Blake Lively is living it. In a recent win, a judge ruled that Lively can give her deposition at her attorney's office despite objections from Baldoni's legal team. They had just argued the actress was leveraging her fame for preferential treatment, even accusing her of foot stomping and seizing control of the process. I actually kind of like this article and how they talk about the cultural phenomenon of this case. I think it's hilarious that I'm considered a cultural phenomenon. Ariana says, get your tickets now, folks. Yes, nofilterlive.com. Get your tickets. I need to send Andy this article. I'm going to send it to our Nordstrom Avengers group chat. That's hilarious. I love that they call me a famous TikToker. I'm a podcast. I mean, I guess I am on TikTok, but I'm a podcaster. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an international lifestyle brand. Oh, man. That was quite hilarious, though. I was living for that drama. A faux subpoena, a live audience, and a famous famous TikToker with a flair for dramatics. Zack Peters' staged legal ambush this week was not just great comedic timing. It was cultural commentary. I'm obsessed with this. It's the best. Oh man, what a time. What a time, what a time, what a mighty good time. A mighty, mighty good time. So we shall see. What a time, what a time, what a mighty good time. Okay. That was the Blake. She's getting her deposition on Thursday. She's getting it done at her attorney's office. So she won. She got her little preferential treatment. And then she also was fighting for an extension on discovery. And I believe I have that here. And then we'll move into the I Know What You Did Last Summer drama. But so the revised deadlines from the January 15th hearing yesterday, which showed that Lyman was very clearly biased and leaning towards Team Blake. He cut off Baldoni's attorneys, which was kind of annoying. You can just tell he's annoyed with them overall. I think he's annoyed with the theatrics that Friedman has played. I said this yesterday, and I think on Colonel Kurt's show, I think he's just at the point where he's tired of the theatrics. I get it. That's kind of Friedman's specialty, is to make such a big public spectacle and hope to get you to settle. I know he said they're never going to settle. They're taking this all the way to trial, but I think Friedman was trying everything he could to get her to settle. That's his specialty. That's what he does. And now Friedman's essentially gone quiet. Baldoni has sequestered him to the basement. Like, we haven't heard a statement from Friedman. Friedman wasn't on yesterday's call, or he was present, but he wasn't participating in the call. So at this point, I just feel like it's their new strategy to pivot away from the media and the public theatrics, because they see how the judge has now become biased. And I think it's because he believes that this has become a media spectacle, and he's buying Lively's narrative that they're using her for PR when she literally started this whole fucking thing in the New York Times. So whatever. But she was asking for her extension, and she won her extension, guys, by 1 day. He said, yes, the deadline is the deadline for all document discovery is due by August 14th. And she's like, no, 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 I need more time. SOS. And he said, okay, fine, I will give you more time. You have until August 15th. So he gave her one extra day. She got an extra day out of it. Good for her. Talk about a legal bust. Talk about blowing your load a little too early. So, yeah. Zack, you're part of history now. Am I? New merch idea, Zack Peter, a cultural commentary. Am I a cultural commentary? Um, so funny. I love that they called me a so famous TikToker. I don't even use TikTok as much as I'm on YouTube and the podcast, but I love it. CC says the facts are plain and simple. If he cannot deduce what is going on, then he should retire. Yeah, I get it. I hope Friedman is brewing up something good. She started the PR thing. Yeah, listen, here's the thing. And I know people don't like when I'm critical of Friedman, but I, again, call balls and strikes. I know people get mad when I'm critical of Friedman, but he did accomplish something, right? He may not have gotten Blake to buckle. You know, like I've said, he was trying to bend her and bend her and bend her until she snaps, and she's over here doing fucking Pilates and yoga, and she can do a downward dog like nobody expected, but maybe that's how she landed herself a Ryan Reynolds. Listen, she didn't get her September 30th extension that she was asking for. She got an extra day on August 15th. But I think her team prepared her. I think her team had her doing stretches and backward bends so that when Friedman came to try and bend her, she made sure that she was flexible enough to not snap. So I think they prepared for Friedman to get as dirty in the press as he possibly could. And they just said, you just have to wait it out, because eventually he'll run out of his bag of tricks. And he did. And now they have to pivot strategies, right? He played that game. They tried, but ultimately, they were able to get us to see additional facts and additional pieces that we maybe didn't want to see at the beginning. So I wouldn't say his strategy was entirely flawed. It ultimately didn't give him the settlement that I believe he was reaching for, but, it definitely got them something. The Cultural Phenomenon Tour hosted by famous TikToker Zack Peter. Grab your friends, wear your florals, bring your subpoenas. Brian Friedman just took on Paramount, who just signed a deal with Ryan Reynolds. That is weird. I don't know, guys. I don't think that that's a conspiracy. Listen, you're gonna take on the clients that get you, right? Amanda in Texas, the famous TikToker, was a diss. They were trying to be disrespectful. Oh, were they? Thank you for letting me know, Amanda. I don't think it was intended to be a diss. They literally said that it was cultural commentary, that it was a good thing. I don't think it was intended to be a diss. I agree with Tiffany. Get some women on Justin's legal team. That would be helpful. That would absolutely be helpful. So what's the I Know What You Did Last Summer drama? Is it Jennifer Love Hewitt against Sarah Michelle Gellar? Again, these two always at odds. I feel like I'm back in high school. So that's kind of what people are putting together. So let's move into that. Really quickly, the deadlines that we have. So July 25th is the production of current document requests. Then we have the motions to compel, which are due by August 1st. Then we have responses to the motions to compel, which are due by August 5th. Then we have all the document discovery that is now due by August 15th. And then we have the completion of depositions, which is due the completion of depositions and the close of fact discovery, all of which has been extended to September 30th. So a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of an extension, but at least for the most part, a lot of it will be in, and we'll continue to dive into all the yummy discovery. That said, let's talk about this drama between Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar. So it seems like there's some sort of drama here, right? Because they don't follow each other on Instagram, which is weird. And then there was absolutely no photo of them together. And even in the group photo for all of the cast, you would think that you would put two of the OG stars together and at least have them pose on the carpet together. Nope. This feels like it ends with us part two. And I'm just like, say what? Is there any way to know what will happen during the deposition tomorrow? No, not unless something leaks to the press. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But if you look at this photo from the premiere of I Know What You Did, I still know. Is it I Know What You Did or I still know? No, it is I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I hear. Don't fucking spoil it for me. Any of you keep it zip, 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 zip. No spoilers. But I did hear that the movie is phenomenal. I think Andy saw it. Popcorn Andy. I think he saw it and he said it was good. And then I've seen other people online saying that it was good. So I'm very, very excited about it. Very, very excited. What is that? Um, na, 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 na. So I look forward to watching it. But so it's interesting. They don't follow. We've heard of this like beef between them in the past. They appeared to have avoided each other entirely at the premiere. Some people are thinking that it's possibly because of the Jennifer Love Hewitt's husband is jealous, or that there was some tension between Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. back in the day when the original movies were coming out. I don't know. Tenerife C said the I Know movies aren't even as good as the Scream movies. I love Scream. I will always love Scream. Scream will always be at the top of my list. So I would absolutely agree with that. But I am hopeful for I Know What You Did Last Summer. I agree it wasn't as iconic as Scream, but it was still a really popular movie, and I think that the reboot, this new one, I heard is incredible. But so to further feed the speculation, Sarah Michelle Gellar posted on her Instagram stories, and she said, "It's finally here." She shared the trailer. She said, "It's finally here," and she tagged everybody except for Jennifer Love Hewitt. "I know what I wanna do this summer," is what she captioned it. So it is absolutely, she shaded Jen at the Dexter premiere. Oh, that's right, I remember that. What did she say? Yeah, Scream was the best. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't I don't think Sarah Michelle Gellar is in the new film because obviously she died in the original film, but it'll be interesting if there's some sort of plot twist, even though she's been very, very clear that, that her character is absolutely dead. It's Wednesday, so I have what? I'm gonna watch the movie on Friday. 48 hours is all I have. And so I'm hoping there will be no spoilers between now and then. I just want to get to this weekend and I want to watch the movie. I want to wait, does it come out this week? I know what you did last summer. When does it premiere? Did it premiere over? I know you did last summer. October, no, 2025. July 18th. Oh, so it hasn't even premiered yet. Oh, okay. It premieres on Friday. Okay, so I'm watching it on premiere day. So I don't know how people got advanced copies or advanced access to it, but all right. Definitely Scream over. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the new Scream because one, Nev Campbell is back. They got rid of what's her name? Melissa and Jenna Ortega. They got rid of them, which I'm kind of glad because I didn't care for them. And I didn't like the whole moving to New York and then suddenly Ghostface has a gun. Like I wasn't a fan of all of that because Ghostface is known for the knife, the knife in the phone. And then now suddenly he has a gun and he's in New York. Like it didn't was not a fan. But I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm here for it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Nev Campbell's back. Dewey is back. That was who? David Arquette. So we have Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and Dewey all returning. And then Matthew Lillard is also returning for the movie. They haven't told us what the plot point is, but yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Sarah Michelle Gellar died, but her husband is in it. Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is still in the film, or at least lived on in the franchise. Sarah Michelle Gellar's character was murdered in the original, and so that's why she said she's not coming back. But that's why she's at the premieres to support her husband. Was that unclear? No, that needed clarification. CJ says, I love this tea because it's the new Don't Worry, Darling. It ends with us now that we're all watching movies on red carpets like hawks. Oh, yeah. Movie red carpets. Yeah. We're now reading into everything. It's like the speculation. It feels like tabloid, 2005, 2007 era of tabloid culture is back. And people are like, oh, what's going on? Dun, dun, dun. But Dewey dies. So it's a flashback. So what I think it is, or at least kind of the speculation that I've heard and read online, because I do love me, all of them, is that the last two movies because the last one didn't even have Nev Campbell, which hello, you cannot have Scream without Nev Campbell. Like it doesn't matter how good the film was, you need Nev Campbell. She is Scream. That's like when Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't in Halloween and then they brought her back for the final 3 Halloween movies. Great, right? But so I'm hoping that this is the theory that they move on with, is that Gail, which is Courtney Cox's character, Gail Weathers, she wrote books based on, like, they're fictional books that she wrote that were based on Ghostface or the what was it, Stab? She wrote the books like, there were fictional stories that were based on, Stab or based on the real happenings with Ghostface, and that the last 2 movies were really just the books that Gail wrote. And so it'll be shown that those were fictional stories that were written by Gail in her fictional series, her fictional book series. And this is going to pick up with where things actually are. So we'll see. We shall have to wait and see. There is no Scream without Nev. No, there is not. Sydney is Scream. That's right. Dana says, with all these reboots and remakes, has Hollywood run out of ideas? Maybe. I think Hollywood's also kind of afraid to invent new ideas with all of the shifting in our culture. So Scream 4 is still canon. Emma Roberts is still my favorite ghost. Didn't she? Am I crazy? Didn't she live on? Or maybe she did. I wanted them to bring back Emma Roberts over Hayden Panettiere. I would have preferred Emma Roberts for a comeback. They better bring back Emma Roberts. I would love to have Emma Roberts back. She was great in Scream 4. Loved it. Loved it. They want a guaranteed success, so they go with the nostalgia. Yeah, it makes sense. She died in the end. She did, but like officially, because like Matthew Lillard technically died, but like he's coming back. So, oh, I think the theory with Matthew Lillard is it's going to be his twin brother. There was some theory that I was reading that I think it was like his twin brother, and his twin brother like escaped from some sort of, I don't know. I don't remember what the theory was, but it was something about Matthew Lillard has a twin, and the twin I think was like in a mental facility, and he like escaped somehow, and he was really the bad one, and Matthew Lillard's the real character. I don't know, something like it was a twin theory like that. We'll see. Zach, have you seen Emma Roberts in Scream? Oh, of course I've seen Emma Roberts in Scream Queens. Hello. Talk about an iconic Ryan Murphy series. One of his best shows was Scream Queens. I hate that they canceled it. I remember season 1 and I remember season 2 when they brought in Kirstie Alley and John Stamos, Taylor Lautner, Glenn Powell was on the cast, Abigail Breslin, Ariana Grande was on it. Oh my God, Scream Queens was iconic. Scream Queens was the best, yo. We love some Scream Queens. So is Brandy in I Know What You Did? I don't know if Brandy's in it. Didn't Matthew Lillard talk crap about the original? I'm sure he did. At some point, they all kind of do, right? They all want to get away from what made. Oh, Nick Jonas was in it. Keke Palmer was in it. That's right. Jen says Emma Roberts scares me, but she's great at playing a bee. I love Emma Roberts all the time. Oof. Beth says Zach, marry, shag, kill. Freddie Prinze. I'm assuming FP is Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Phillippe, and Ryan Reynolds. Oof. Oof. Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. I mean, listen, Ryan Reynolds, whether we like him or don't like him, there are benefits to being married to Ryan Reynolds. We're seeing you can get away with a lot when he's your husband. Gonna definitely nix Reynolds though, unfortunately. But of all three of them, I would say Freddie Prinze is the least attractive. But he's still married, so you know what? I'm gonna marry Freddie Prinze, and I'm absolutely gonna shag Ryan Phillippe. I don't think Ryan Phillippe is loyal, but I think he's great in bed, and his body looks banging. Mm. Emma Roberts on American Horror Story, Coven. I don't think I saw that one. I saw the recent one. What was it? Delicate with Kim Kardashian. I do love Emma Roberts in anything that she does, from back when she was on Unfabulous, and then Scream Queens was iconic. I haven't seen all of her Ryan Murphy shows, but I do love me some Emma Roberts. Mm, mm, mm. She's good in any American Horror show. Yeah. Subpoena me, Khaleesi. That would be hilarious. Zach, you're such a great part of my day. Thank you, CC girl. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap here. Donna Bowling is gonna be live in just a sec, so go support my girl Donna Bowling. Get your daily dose of Donna and get your tickets to the Zactivated tour if you haven't done so yet, guys. Please come on out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just a refresher. In Philadelphia, we have Giorgio Says, Steel and Shooter of the Brav Bros, and Jackie Goldschneider from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Philly's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of reality TBT, and we're just going to have such a good time. Then we have Chicago with Jenny McCarthy, Donna Bowling, and Chef Stu O'Keefe. Also going to be such a blast. Can't wait for that one. New York City is going to be August 3rd. Seattle is going to be August 8th with the Sidley twins, and then Los Angeles August 10th. We have Chloe Veach and we have Christy Cook from Spill Sesh. We also have Ask Two Lawyers, and we have Josh Boswell of the Daily Mail, who will also be in the Los Angeles show. So definitely go to nofilterlive.com, get your tickets, grab your friends, wear your florals, go on out right now. Boom, bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bada boom, bada bang, 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 bada boom, bada bang, bang, bang. All right, I'm crazy. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Give me a follow, Just Plain Zach. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zach on Instagram. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment on Spotify, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Do all the things. All right, get it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually going to be an exclusive clip from the Phoenix show, which was on Sunday. You won't get the full thing because you won't yet. But I will give you a little peek from Sunday's episode. Listen. I see all your comments. I know what you're asking for. And just because I haven't confirmed or denied anything doesn't mean I don't love to give the people what they want. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good one.